We have Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. So, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the betting odds over here on Bovada, and I'm also going to be giving you guys my pick. Make sure you stick to the end of this video because I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make a lot more money by betting on multiple bets when it comes to boxing, okay? So, let's go ahead and take a look at the odds over here. So, the sports book that I'm using real quick is Bovada. I'll place a link to Bovada, the best sportsbook bonus you can get for joining Bovada, in the description below. So be sure to check that out, and let's get started with this video. So as of right now, Canelo Alvarez is a minus 1100. So he's a huge favorite. Caleb Plant plus 675 as expected. Huge underdog in this fight, okay? So we're going to take a look at the obviously the money line bet over here, and then we're going to take a look at all the props over here, and then I'm also going to show you guys how you can make 20, 50, 100 times your money potentially if you nail multiple bets. So with that said, minus 1100 plus 675. Let me show you guys the difference so you understand. So if you bet $100 on Canelo Alvarez, you're going to only win about $9 if he wins the fight. That same 100 is going to turn into $675 if you bet on Caleb Plant. So you can see that's like whatever that is, 70, 80 times your money. So there's a huge difference, but the chances of Caleb Plant pulling this off are very, very low. So you may not want to bet on him, right? You may want to take one of these prop bets over here on Bovada. So if you think Alvarez is going to win, right? If you predict the round, that's going to give you much better, like a much better return on your money, I should say. So instead of you winning $9, right? You predict the round, and you think it's going to end in round 1 or 2, that same 100 Alvarez has to win is going to give you $1,100, right? So you're going to make 11 times your money over here if you predict if you think it's round 1 or 2. So depending on what round it is. Now, Caleb Plant's not even supposed to win this fight. Let's just say he pulls it off somehow and he wins in the 11th or 12th round. You make it's a plus 8,000, so your 100 turns into 8,000. Obviously the chances of this happening are very, very low. That's why I want you to stick around so I can show you guys how you can, make a lot more money by betting on multiple bets and actually making realistic predictions. So over here, 3-round group. So instead of you picking 2 rounds, instead of being round 1 or 2 plus 1100, you can make it round 1, 2, or 3. It's a plus 600, right? So it could be any of those rounds. It could be rounds 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 12. So maybe a little bit easier to hit over here, right? So take a look at that. And then there's alternate groups, right? Is he going to win rounds between rounds 1 and 6 or rounds 7 through 12, right? Is it going to be a draw or technical draw? Probably not. That's why it's a plus 2,200. So plus 2,200 means 22 times your money, okay? Now you can predict the exact round over here. So if you think Alvarez is going to win, but he's going to win on points, plus 225, okay? He doesn't have to end the fight. It could go the distance. He's going to win on points, plus 225. Instead of you betting $100 and winning $9, now you're going to win $225, right? You bet 1,000, you win $2,250. So you may want to take a look at some of these props because the payout is very, very low. So if you're betting $1,000, you're only going to win $90 by betting on Canelo Alvarez, okay? Take a look at this. Don't pick a winner. Total rounds. Is it going to go over 9.5 rounds? Right? You bet 1,000, you win 1,000 if it goes over 9.5, meaning if it goes 10 rounds or longer, right? What about over here? The fight goes the distance. Do you think it's going to go to the distance? If it goes the distance, plus 175, right? When will the fight end? So you could pick the round, right? So many different things over here. Alvarez by KO, TKO, disqualification, minus 210 over here. Caleb Plant by decision, plus 1,000. You make 10 times your money. See, here are some more interesting bets over here. So Caleb Plant to be knocked down, that's a minus 230, okay? Let's see. Alvarez to win and both fighters knocked down. You make 10 times your money over here. So there's some interesting ones over here you may want to take a look at. So with that said, I am picking Canelo Alvarez, but I'm going to make things a little bit more interesting by doing what's called a parlay, combining multiple bets, okay? So this fight's kind of lopsided as it usually is with Canelo against most of his opponents. So if you take Canelo over here, right? So let's just say you're betting 1,000, right? Let's say 100. You win $9. Let's say I want to pick a couple more fights, okay? A few more. We'll pick over here. Let's just pick a couple underdogs since we're taking a huge favorite. So over here, so that's 2 fights. Now I'm a plus 167. 3 fights, another underdog. I'm a plus 2305. Let's take one more underdog over here. 4. Let's take 5. 5 fights. So I took Canelo Alvarez, huge favorite, and 4 underdogs over here. Now I'm a plus 112,475. That means if I nail all of these and I bet $100, I win $112,000, which is obviously crazy because I have huge underdogs in here. So let's take out one of these underdogs and make it a little bit more realistic. So plus 1,200 will eliminate that. Now I'm a plus 8,560, meaning that same 100 I bet, I win $8,559. That's 85 times my money. So that's a parlay when you combine multiple bets, okay? So obviously we have a huge favorite in here, and then we have a huge underdog, and then we have 2 so-so underdogs, okay? Not huge underdogs, but plus 145, plus 260. By doing a parlay, that's how you can make, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 1,000 times your money. So if you're betting on boxing, you're betting on Canelo, and you're not happy with making about 9-10% on your money, if he wins, which he's most likely going to win, what you may want to do is you may want to combine all these fights, okay? So there's a bunch of fights tomorrow. You can combine as many as you want, right? And make it into a parlay. So if you want to make things a little bit more fun, you may want to do that. With that said, my pick is, of course, Canelo Alvarez for this fight. What I'm going to do is probably be doing a parlay. I'm not sure what other fights I'm going to put together. Probably going to do a couple parlays and a couple predictions with the prop bets. So let me know in the comment section who you got for this fight and what bet you're going with.